One of those mornings, and I've been talking for 30 seconds, muted. Here we go. Oh my gosh, man, today has been crazy. It's just been one thing after another. But today, Be More Training. We are now live. You can now hear me, which is awesome. And yeah, let me just swipe, make sure we're good. We're good to go. I'm going to do something a little bit different. What I'm going to do for this Be More Training is share the EXPCON video that we put together that's coming out today. But I'm going to share it. But what I want to do is, if you guys have a question, I could answer your question in real time as we go through this video. And what did I call it? I don't know. Where you're looking at the video and you can say things about it. I forget what that's called. Because this morning's been crazy. But I'm going to hit play. I'm going to hit play and let me know if you can hear it. Put it in the comments if you can hear this video that I'm about to play. And if you have any questions. So here we go. Let's do this. So this is it. Let's just start off right here and let me know if you can hear it. So I'm gonna hit play and let me know if you can hear it. Can y'all hear that? I can hear it. Just say yes if you can hear it. Music in the beginning. If you can't, all good, but let me know. Y'all hear that? We're gonna oh, okay, good, Michael. Appreciate it, brother. All right, so we're gonna shorten this intro. I will say we're gonna shorten this intro. So if you're looking at it and you're like, man, it's a long intro, just know we're shortening it. You were literally looking at the first cut. This is the first time I've seen it too, from our VA. So it's a reaction. That's the word I was thinking. It's a reaction video. So I'm going to go over with you. What would you change about it? What have you learned? And we are going to shorten this intro right here. All right, let's keep going.
What's up, everybody? Ruben Garcia here, and I do what I call real estate CIA. What is that, right? C, coaching or consulting. I is investing. We do short-term rentals, long-term rentals, and we have an RV rental. And the A is the agent side of the business, where we have a little over 200 agents all across the nation and the world selling real estate within our organization.
Now, I will say, we have never done this reaction type video for Be More Training, but I'm testing it out. I think it'd be kind of cool. So let's go over it. Let's keep going. I just want you guys to know that.
So was EXPCON 2024 worth it? Well, let's dive into it, because how my brain works, I need to know if the money I put in, is the return going to be greater? Is the opportunities going to be greater? Was it worth that cash that I gave up? So let's find out. We're going to do dollar amounts. So I was there for about 6 days. Well, I was there for 6 days, I was there for 6 days, okay? And within those 6 days, I got to eat. So we looked at airport food, groceries, little side snacks, and all that within those 6 days cost around $777.94. Now, I will say I went a little ham a few times at the restaurant. If you know, you know. If you
all right, I usually am very frugal on these things. I do buy groceries and I do a few other things to save money, but I will say this is the first EXPCON that I've kind of enjoyed myself, and the money reflects it. All right, let's keep going.
There with me, right? Uber costs around $95.08. Now, this is from, from the airport to the hotel, from the hotel to the airport, from the airport to home, and other places we went because they had special events outside of the EXPCON experience at the hotel that I was at. So there, the ticket was $650. Hotel was $1,218.82. The flight was $476.15. All in, I spent approximately $3,217.99, which equates to about $536.33 a day.
All right, so, whoa, look at that face. So yeah, I mean, now we have to look at, which I'm very excited about, let's see if it's worth it. Let's see if it's even worth one of these trips in terms of dollar amounts. I'm going to go into what we learned, the connections, the networking. But first things first, let's just get straight to the numbers, and that's what this is about.
You see me looking down, I'm looking at these numbers. So now what we have to figure out is, was this almost $3,300 investment worth it. $3,300 is not, in my world, chump change. So I'm gonna go over what I learned, people I met, maybe referrals we got, and you tell me if it was worth it. Let's go. So number one, I sold a ton of our shirts. First things first, I wore a lot of my branded shirts there every single day. I mean, multiple times. I got stopped for my t-shirts and we had a conversation about it. I was passing links. People were buying merch while I was there. So now I didn't make a ton of money, probably approximately $50 in commissions through what I used while I was there. But still, approximately $10 a day I made, which paid for a few things in terms of food, maybe a Cliff Bar or something. But
now that was just then when I made this video, which was shortly after the event. So since then, we actually had an all-time record in merchandise sales, which was pretty cool.
That was pretty good. The good thing is it's going to build brand recognition well after this event. So yes, $50-ish there, but definitely going to live way longer than the event. At X Camp, they got something called X Camp. You go in, you put down what classes you want to learn and what classes you may want to teach. Then collectively, they look at what everybody wrote down. This is on day one. What everybody wrote down, and they put it on a board, right? If there's masses amount of people that want to learn this one subject, then cool, we're going to make it happen. They have these rooms already separated and ready to go for these classes. Well, I pushed one of our agents, Allie, bing, Allie to do it, and she did it. So she got on stage, all about YouTube. Go follow her channel, click in the description below, but really, really, really good. She crushed it. I also got picked for agent attraction. And so I taught a class as well. So gained a lot of followers, but more than that, just gave a lot of value.
All right, who's that in the front row right there? Who's that in the front row? I don't know if you can see my cursor. That's Brent Gove. He is one of the OGs, one of the gangsters of revenue share. He makes very good money every single month, but he's a big heart, gives a lot. But he was front row, okay, when I was teaching this class. And not only that, that's why you saw that selfie of me with him. It was myself, Gogo, and Brent Gove who actually ended up teaching this class. It was really, really, really good.
And from that, obviously, we had a lot of followers and a lot of people who want to follow the journey and watch how we did it very naturally, very easy, very focused on finding talent, not just this recruiting word. It was a really good play. It was a really good conversation. And thank you, EXP, for always trusting me to go on stage and deliver some of that value. So Jennifer, one of our agents, bing, while we were there, she was able to talk to the right people and finish her icon status. So yes, Jennifer.
How do you like I do the ding thing when I should know that the editor is going to put all that stuff in? If you do have questions as you're watching this later, just let me know on any of this stuff.
Became an icon agent where she will be getting $16,000, which is the cap. She'll be getting that back in the form of stock. And stock has been growing year to date. So maybe we'll put a number up here somewhere, but pretty cool, right? Also, while we were there, we signed on 3 new agents, one in North Carolina, one in Ohio, and one in Arizona. Very excited because obviously they're seeing a lot of what we're doing.
OH. Got that from my wife. She's from Ohio.
There, and people want to be a part of it. But there's more to come from this, so let's keep going. Also, while we were there, again, we were telling our story. We set 2 appointments with 2 new agents who are seeing what we're doing and wants to be a part of what we're creating over here, which I love. Obviously, supporting our agents is number one. This is all I do, and a lot of what our team does is just support our agents. So we're able to set those 2 appointments, so we'll see where those go too. Let's keep going. So the connections we made. We made a lot of connections, okay? One of my big focuses when I go to these events, at least for me and my goals, my goal is to meet with the C-suite, right? The chief, whatever, the officers, the executives, the leaders, the influencers, because I have a big focus on creating more opportunity for our agents and for me, you know? So that was a big focus. Made a lot of important contacts, but more importantly, new contacts. We made 18 very specific new contacts. Through that, this is where we start to find out money-wise, is it worth it too?
I will say, man, if you go to an event without a plan, then you're not going to be able to get results. All right. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this further in this video about the 12-step play that we run. And once you come up with a goal, and you'll do this about a month in advance, you know, about 2.5 weeks before that event happens to a month out, you'll come up with a plan. You'll come up with a big plan of whatever you want to accomplish. The cool thing is, man, you know, it was a 4-day event. I was able to accomplish truly what I was looking for in the first 2 days. And that's why I enjoyed myself the other 2 days. So go in very, very prepared. I'm telling you, a lot of great things could happen. And we're not even you know, it looks like we're a quarter way through this video and you've already seen a lot that's already happened. But this goes very intentional with our team.
Because as you notice, like, yes, the connections are going to be worth it. Yes, the brand recognition is going to be worth it. But let's keep going. We got 3 Fayetteville referrals, 1 Charlotte referral. On average, if we're passing out a referral, it's going to be about $1,500. So times that by 4, you're looking at $4,500 that we're going to make on referrals, which already beats out the cost of the week. Wild. Also, I made connection with somebody who drives through Fayetteville, I-95, to go up north to visit his family and always stays in an Airbnb in Fayetteville. Well, guess who has Airbnbs? Click the link in the description, right? We got Airbnbs here. So made that connection, put him into the database, be reaching out and follow up so he can stay in our Airbnbs versus someone else's. And that, depending on which Airbnb, is gonna be about $200 for his stay while he's here. So add that on, tack that on. Now we're getting closer to $5 grand. I set 2 appointments with 2 potential coaching clients. 1 did fall off. 1, I haven't set up that call yet, but if that all works out, that's, you know, when it's all said and done, be about $1,000 a month. So keep ticking that number up. Is this so far worth it in terms of return on investment for money? Yeah.
I mean, I know I said yeah, but I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Would you pay $3,300, I believe was the number, would you pay $3,300 to leave your family for a week? If so, what type of return would you have to get to make it worth it? And this is why you're seeing this video put together, was it even worth it type thing in the beginning before we get into the rest of the stuff we've learned.
Some of the leaders within the company that we met was, I'm gonna read the name, Brian Ellington, who is the new CLO, or the Chief Learning Officer. We've already set a meeting. I've already reached out to him. We've already set a meeting for him to come into the, actually, all the names I'm about to label, I've already met with them. We've already had a conversation. They're already gonna be teaching, they're gonna be training our agents, plus we're gonna have these other conversations because, again, we wanna create more opportunity and value for EXP. So let's see where this goes too.
Now to you. If you want to be part of these trainings that we've set up on the, you've already see the Chief Learning Officer. We set up a training. It's already in the calendar. People are ready to go to it. If you want to come to any of these, let me know. And the other names you're about to hear. I set a meeting with all of them to give, so we could jump on a StreamYard like this, Zoom, whatever, to have that person deliver value to our team. If you want to be part of that, let me know.
But Brian was one of those connections. Leo, another one of these connections. And he is the Chief Strategy Officer of EXP. Victoria Coster, who is the Vice President of US Marketing. Amy Somerville, who is the CEO of Success Magazine. Not bad. And more, soon to be announced. But as you can see, the connections are just unbelievable. I mean, think about this. You have all these successful people in one collective area. Everyone is in these walls. If you apply yourself and you run the 12-step play, I'll also link below, then you are gonna be very focused on these things and you are gonna leave with a lot of connections, and I guarantee you your ROI is gonna be huge. But let's get into some of the stuff we learned. What I learned is to not do jujitsu with the Gracies. They will roll you up. Nah, I'm just messing. I had a blast. Here's a quick little video.
Y'all saw I rolled him up, right? Like he thought his base was good. Nah, not when he ran into me, okay? I rolled him over. I just rolled him over.
So the first general session was really
nah, he could tear me up. All right, Gracies, if y'all watching this, I know y'all could tear me up.
Again, I'm gonna read this quote that was said. The most productive agents in the world are choosing EXP. Instead of a business that owns you, it's a business you own, which is huge. Let's face it, nobody quits real estate, they just die. That's what Glenn Sanford was saying. There's no retirement plan. At EXP, the idea of multiple streams of income is real. And totally, I've got another video on this. It's called the 8 ways you can make money at EXP. I think there's about 12 or 13 now. So if you wanna have that conversation, let me know. One of the things that Glenn Sanford mentioned is that they're gonna start doing real time, at least they're building it out, real time revenue share. Getting paid real time rev share. Like closings. When you do a closing, you're gonna get paid, right? This is real time. So once that person closes, let's say someone came over and signed you as a sponsor, you can get paid that same day, or you can let it get pushed off to the end of the month and get paid like usually 21st, 22nd, 20th to the 22nd, somewhere around there, of your rev share. You can wait till the end of the month, or you can get paid on the spot if you really need it. How cool is that? They also rolled out what they call the Accelerate program. What is that? At one time, you needed 40 frontline qualified agents who were selling approximately 2 homes a year in your front line to unlock all 7 levels in terms of revenue share. Now it's 30. So, I mean, that's a win in itself, because now
some of that may go over your head, and that's okay. Surely did mine as well. So if you do feel like you want to dive in a little bit deeper of what that means and questions behind that, obviously just reach out. We can go over all that stuff. But essentially what it is you get a percentage of your team members' closings. That's it. Yeah, cut straight from the top. I came from a company where they did profit share, where the office has to be profitable. And essentially what you're doing, you're allowing your future, your outcome of revenue be tied to the financial responsibility of people, the leaders or the decision makers in that office. Because if they start spending money wildly on anything, then that's directly going to affect profit share. And then I believe Keller Williams International has voted to stop profit share, number one, for anyone who is vested, which was me. All good in the hood. Abundant mindset, baby. Let's go. The second thing is, I believe they're going to turn it into about 25% versus 50%. So 25% is actually going to go back down to the agents. Revenue share is cut from the top. And that's it. And I got a whole video on that, but it gets very, very interesting and profitable the more you support your people and give them opportunity, which hence my big goal as I go to these events and set these trainings up with the executives, the leadership, and the officers and everything else to come and give value to our people, because we want to keep pouring into our people. It's a good relationship.
Now what's going to happen is people are going to be able to hit that 30 a lot faster and unlock all 7 levels of exponential growth revenue share. Now, again, if y'all want to get into all that, that's kind of crazy and a little bit of a team building type play, let me know. I got you. But it's really cool that you're able to hit and unlock that 7 levels a lot faster. They also rolled out the Boost program, and the Boost program is specifically for large teams or independent brokerages. So not franchises, ones who are already in agreements. This one's pretty cool. They unveiled that the Bean Group, one of the largest independent brokerages in New England, used this program and is now with EXP. And they were doing volume exceeding over $1.4 billion. So, you know what trips me out is you do see some of the agents who are like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna make. These people are doing over $1 billion in volume and came over to EXP. What is the opportunity? I don't know. So the opportunity is huge, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a link below all about the Boost program. Again, if you wanna know more about this information, let me know. So that way I can connect you with the team and we can have that deeper conversation. Maybe it's a good fit for you, maybe it's not, but it's a truly highly incentivized program for independent brokerages and large teams. They also rolled out EXP exclusives. This is where Leo came out and talked a lot about this. Now, this is where we are going to be able to get off-market properties at a higher level, which is obviously going to be pretty cool for our buyers, our investors, which I'm going to get into like the investor market here in a little bit. But this is going to be a way that we're able to get an edge on the market as listings hit the market for our buyers. So I'm very excited about this one.
Yes. I mean, you know, us being investors, that's already a cool value add, is to have another source of listings that come our way, and especially off market. That's huge.
Then Carolyn, the CMO, came out and let us know about our listing packages. Now, what are these listing packages? One, go to EXP Marketing Center. You'll be blown away. Now they've added these boxes that are specific to each listing, if you want it, each one of your listings with all the information you need to market that listing. So one box, one-stop shop for each one of your listings. So that's cool. If you want to use that, that's cool, but I figured I'd let you know too.
Yeah, you know what that's a shot at, right? Like if you're in the know, you know what that's a shot at. It didn't take too much to adjust. And listen, it's a good time to say this actually, is that, you know, there's been people who have jumped ship, who have left EXP. 100% do what's best for you, your family. I'm there with you. I did it with my last firm. I left that firm to do what's best for myself, my family, the team, and all the things. So that being said, they were leaving for, there's new things that are coming out because this is the new space. It's virtual brokerages. It is the new space. And we're going to go over some numbers of that stuff because I also go over financials on here. This is a nerd video, by the way, if you can't tell. But the thing is like something I've told our team and I've told other agents, like EXP is so flexible. They have been known to adjust as needed when the market pushes back on anything. They've adjusted their FLQAs 40 to 30. They come out with this box that another virtual brokerage had. That was easy. They put that together. They came out with incentive programs for these independent brokerages. Was it the Boost or the Accelerate? I don't remember, but because this is all brand new. This is stuff that they're constantly adjusting and putting together on the fly. So it's like, give another 12 months, EXP will have, the referral program. Now agents can be just referral agents and still collect revenue share and stock and do all the things. They're going to keep adjusting, man. This isn't, we're done with the old brokerages who are very stuck in their way and won't change, right? We're over that. We're done with that. We're in a new age. And EXP's done a really, really, really good job of adjusting. So some of those value points that they have, which I like, like the hybrid model of flat fee and split, I think it's kind of cool, to tell you the truth. But I also think, give it some time, there will be some adjustments because this company hasn't showed me that it's been put in a position to not change if it's going to better the whole. They haven't showed me that. So we'll see where this goes.
So I went over some of the cost. Is the ROI worth it? Was the connections worth it? Some of the cool new rollouts. But now I'm going to go over my favorite piece because I'm a nerd, the financials. Then the graphics started hitting the stage. So let's go over them. So this is the existing year-over-year inventory. Check this out. Look what it says. It says almost 93% of homeowners have a mortgage rate under 6%. Almost 93%. That's insane. And of that, about 2/3 have it under 4%. Raise your hand if you've got a mortgage under 4%. And then raise your hand if you know exactly why we're having a challenge in the market. And I'm so glad that we teach our agents how to invest, because one of the things that was said is that,
I'll get into that in a second. Now, why are we having an issue, right? One of the issues, there's plenty of issues, plenty of challenges, which I love. Bring the challenges. That only creates more opportunity for the ones who are ready to go head first into those challenges. So whatever, bring it on. Our team's ready. But one of those things is that, yeah, sellers aren't wanting to sell their home, give up that 2, 3, 4% to then jump in a 7-point-something% interest rate, right? So now you're seeing that, which they're holding the inventory. Buyers are ready to buy. Rental prices go up because of that. We'll go over that here in a second. But that obviously, and I think everyone knows, is one of the challenges we're having in the market.
Most investor purchases are by small and mid-sized investors. So not the large inventory or the large people coming into the market and playing. It's a lot of us going into the market, seeing those opportunities, but you need to be aligning yourself with someone who is showing you just what to look out for in terms of real estate investing.
That's one of our investment properties, man. And if you haven't seen the story, you need to go to our playlist, go to the playlist on our YouTube playlist, and go to the Botanical B&B. It's one of our best Airbnbs we have now, but you just saw it. We really had to see the vision when we went in there. I saw the vision in terms of numbers. My wife saw the vision in terms of what she could do to it. She was like, yo, can I go wild on this thing? I got a botanical theme I want to do. And she killed it. She killed it.
And as you see on the key takeaways at the very bottom, it says investors continue to account for a large percentage of residential purchases, so make sure they're part of your business plan. Better yet, make sure you are that investor and you're starting to build your wealth. So
that's right.
Switch your mindset on that.
Ooh.
So as you look at this slide right here of the overall market being down 21%, but in that same time, EXP market share expands by 7% and EXP agents outperform the whole market by 30%. That's a win. Now this is a great slide. Look at this. Number 1 growth leader across agent count, volume, and transactions. Pause it, take a look, screenshot, share with your friends. Number 1 is not a bad place to be. All right, I love this slide. 2021 to 2022 change in transactions. Look at number 1. Look at number 1. So if you look at the chart, you're seeing 0, 25,000 to 50,000. Obviously underneath us, you can see the other brokerages, but there's a big theme of which ones are moving in the right directions and which one aren't, right? I come from
and I'm about to say I come from a traditional brokerage, but that's it. That's what I was saying earlier. You're definitely seeing the market move to virtual brokerages. It works a lot better because honestly, you get rid of the human element of greed of franchises. Not all franchises are like this, but man. So you get rid of that human emotion element of territories and the whole thing. Virtual is the way to go. And you just saw the chart.
Traditional brokerage, brick and mortar type style, where you could start to see that it's stagnated and then started to go in the negative direction, right? And not all brick and mortars are like this. I'm not saying that. But if you look at this chart, it's very telling on what direction real estate firms are taking. So look at this one, 2023 operating expenses. You're looking at this, you have 3 to 6 times higher than the market if you're looking at it. And then if we scroll over, if we look at the next slide, look at the OpEx per transaction for EXP, 10 times less. I wonder why. Also, they did per transaction per agent numbers as well. And if you look at this, EXP takes number 1 at 2.54 transactions per agent. Transaction growth 2017 to 2022, as you're looking at this one, eXp Realty 16x in transactions. Now, if you look at our overall team, we're breaking all-time records, but we're definitely, I will say, eXp is really good allowing you to be creative and putting together the right models and systems that are going to help your agent succeed in their certain specific markets.
So true. This again is what I was saying earlier. They're not stuck in their own way, right? Like they allow the agent to experiment on different model systems, trial and error, go in there, screw it up, make it work, fail forward. Matter of fact, they even reward it. I teach classes on some of the stuff that we came up with here that I wanted to run at another firm, but was told I was out of culture to do it. Anyways, like, so this is some of the things that allows a company like this to grow because you've got entrepreneurs here. Get out of our way. Get out of our way. Let us do what we do. Let us grow. Let us get into a creative space. Let us build new things. Let us disrupt the market. Stay out of our way. And the most part they do, unless it has to deal with real estate commission stuff, obviously. But that's how you're going to grow. And you just saw it 16x. And if you go back and look at that chart, you're going to see how low the traditional firms are. It's game over.
That's what's helped our team. And I think you're seeing it here too. It's reflective in the numbers. So then you look at this Q1 2023 adjusted EBITDA, which is like a fancy profit and loss statement. Look how profitable EXP is. And I mean, if you saw my other videos about the low to no debt we have, this is what's helping this growth. Look how profitable. I sent this to Mike Glassby, fractional CFO, and he was loving these slides because he looks at this stuff in people's businesses and he's like, man, we are in a extremely healthy company. And I'm like, high five, baby. Then you look at 2023 net income loss. Who's on the right side? Let's keep it going. Now let's pull up some of the stock prices. Remax stock. So if you're looking at about mid 2018 to where we're at now, we're down 50% on the stock price. You got your Anywhere stock price, we go down 50%. Now you look at Redfin. They had a huge spike, but if you look at the overall, they're down 50%. Open Door, big spike, down 70%. Compass, down 75%.
And if you're wondering who Anywhere is, think about it. Think about it. There are a collective, there's a collective unit of firms that all have different brand names, but all are under one stock. This one stock owns them all. And you could drive down the street and see these franchises, but they're all owned by one person. So that's what they mean.
It's like a race to the bottom. Zillow, who has a big middle finger in the middle, if you can't see that, is grown up 10% in the same time frame. Then you got the granddaddy of them all, right? EXP World Holdings stock price. We are up 200% in the same time frame.
I will say that huge drop you see, that was a split. So they did a 2-to-1 split on the stock. So just heads up on that.
200%. So mic drop moment. Almost want to end it on that mic drop moment, but I got a few more things to say. One of the big themes that kept going on during this conference is Stay true to yourself. Go back to the basics. And I'm so proud of our team because that's exactly what we've done. We've been pushing. We have this comms play this year, which is Community, Open House, and Meet, M-E-E-T. And we've been running it all year, but we've been running this stuff for years. We've always stayed to the basics, and we've always told ourselves to stay true to who we are, stay authentic, and find the people who need to buy and need to sell, and the investors, and teach our agents. It's been such a reassuring confirmation that we're doing it the right way. Also, the way we teach our agents how to build teams is also something that you've seen a lot of, like, hey, this is how we're doing it now. And it's like, yeah, we've been teaching that for a while. So a lot of cool confirmations of just the value proposition that we bring to our agents. And it was reassuring and a breath of fresh air. And oh, while we were there, we closed one, put one under contract, and took a listing. So yeah, no. And that after party was off the hook. Of course, I had to get dragged out, you know, because I didn't necessarily want to go at first, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I surrounded myself.
I usually do have to get dragged out to these things. If you've been with me, if you've been with me in the past, it is slightly difficult for me to go and enjoy myself. But I did. I'm so glad I got dragged out because the party, the after party, was off the chain. It was off the hook. It was off the meat racks, if y'all remember saying that. Old head right here, old head. It was really, really, really fun. And honestly, I sold more merchandise while I was there too. So it was really cool.
With the right people, they pushed me to go to this thing, and it was crazy. It was crazy. Got like 30 minutes of sleep before I had to drive or fly back home. But hey, drive next time because I'm gonna be driving to Miami, not flying to Miami. But very excited. So
the next EXPCON is going to be in Miami. I thought it was Orlando. It's going to be in Miami. Miami. So if you want to go to Miami with me next year, just let me know. Just reach out. There's a way that I could possibly bring you. Come learn stuff, come network, come see what we do to maximize our thoughts, the way we learn, our networking. Come check it out, man. I want you to be part of it.
Say hands down the best EXPCon I've ever been to. As you saw, the numbers showed and reflected that it was worth it. Even that number, was it 3,300 or something like that? Even that was worth it because the return on referrals made it completely worth it. Now the connections we made, the executives, the leaders, the officers, the trainings that we've set up, the confirmation on what we're doing, looking at the numbers and being able to relay that back to our agents and potential talent who may want to join the team, you can't beat it. So I'll end on this. Listen, if your world isn't as big as you thought it was going to be by the end of this year, if your world and your business isn't doing the things that you thought it was going to do by the end of this year, we need to talk. Our team is breaking all-time records. There's something we're doing that's right. And I think when we get in conversation, I think what you're gonna realize, it's more about you and how we can help you hit your goals. And through that, the whole team wins, EXP wins, the industry wins. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, you know, do all that jazz. And pass this to somebody who needs to know some of the value proposition, some of the cool things that happens at EXPCon. Have an amazing day, y'all.
That's it. That was it, y'all. That was the whole video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is something different. I've never done a reaction video to a video that hasn't come out yet. And to be here to answer any questions or I don't see any questions, so maybe you guys got it, or maybe I'm missing them because that's happened before, but never done this before. Tell me what you guys think about that. I will say two things. We're gonna shrink that intro. And we're gonna probably put some words over it, and maybe choose different music. Let me know if you like the music. I want to do more of like hip hop type music, something a little bit more exciting. That was pretty upbeat, but I think we can switch it up a little bit. But yeah, man, let me know if you have any questions about any of that stuff. I have to jump off here, get started on another training that we're doing with our agents. But please reach out. Let me know what you got out of the video. Let me know if you do have any questions about what you saw in the video. Let me know if you want to go to Miami with me. Let me know. Adios, y'all. I'm